the door was open, so I peeped through and I saw them, and I immediately left the house. I don't even know where to start. I don't know how this happened. I am just as confused as you might be. My sister and I were living at our university campus. We just finished studying our master's degrees and we had to move back home with our parents, right? Shortly after we moved in, our dad passed away, and my mom basically was just left in a pit of sorrow. So everything became rock bottom for us. And I decided to join a musical class, and that is where I met my husband. My husband and I started becoming friends, and we just knew that, with the close bond that we both had, it was right for us to get married because we did indeed love each other. So when I got engaged, I didn't tell my mom and my sister because we were still in the grieving process. And I did let my husband know that, hey, I do have a twin sister and I have my mom. Since I am with you now, it's like I want to give them time to grieve, and then I can just let them know about my engagement. So we ended up not letting them know about my engagement because my mom was still in a pit and she did not want to hear anything about love or anything happy, anything that had to do with joy. She was just not having it. So I just decided to just elope with my husband and we lived together. My mom knew that I was living with somebody, but she just did not know who I was living with. Yes, I might be wrong. You might tell me that I'm wrong in some aspects. I should have still told her and stuff like that. But if you understood the amount of grief that she was going through, you would understand why I did what I did. And also because my sister was just against me getting married before her. I just don't understand why, because we are twins, or maybe because she was born first. I don't get it. So, regardless of that, my husband and I got married, and a few months later, probably 5 or 6 months, my mom was feeling a bit better because she joined a dance class and her mood was more elevated than the past few months, right? So we decided to tell them, and even though we did not tell them that we already married, we just basically had a wedding. We just did all the things that we were supposed to do for us to get married, right? And that was that. The only thing that we didn't do was sign the marriage papers at the reception with the pastor because we already did that. So my mom passed away 2 years after my marriage, right? And it was the most heartbreaking thing. My sister was overwhelmed. My sister was just down in bed, and I was having the best time of my life. I just got married like 2 years ago, and the honeymoon was still on. Everything was so good. And now that my mom is gone, my sister's left alone, and my husband and I basically decided that it's fine for her to move in with us so that we can help her with the grieving process. I mean, I was also grieving, but because I had my husband by my side, it was not that bad. You know what I mean? So initially, before we agreed on my sister moving in, I told my husband that I have to move in with my sister just for a little bit, for a few months, probably to a year, even though I will be seeing my husband. It's just that I will be living with her permanently, like full time, rather than living with him. And my husband was like, no, that's not a good thing. I don't want to be apart from you and stuff like that. So I just understood where he was coming from. And it was better for asked to bring my sister in, even though I was against it at first because I was not comfortable with it. I really, if my sister was the one that was married, I would never had ever agreed to move in with her and her husband. I don't know, but for me, it does not sit well with me. It feels like I will be invading their personal space, like their privacy, because there's certain things that people like to do in their own homes, and I just don't want to invade anyone's privacy. So my sister did eventually move in with us, and everything was so good at first. Her mood got elevated a bit, even though she was crying at night. You know how grieving goes like. So we did a lot of activities. We traveled a lot so that she can get her mind off from her mother because she was so attached to herself. I mean, they grew the bond of being together since I moved out to live with my husband because it was just the two of them. So she was so used to my mom and stuff like that. Now everything was so good for about 3 months. One day I went to work, I got a new job. I was working from home all along, everything was fine. My husband also works from home. So we were both working from home, and then I got retrenched from my job for whatever reason. I don't know. I still don't know till today. So I got a new job where I had to work hybrid, right? They both knew my schedule, and yeah, they knew my schedule. So one day I went to work, and when we got to work, there was a strike where the employees were striking for higher payments, right? And you had the choice to either stay and strike or to go home. So I decided to go back home. And I mean, you know where the story is going, like, you know how this is going to unroll, stuff like that, right? You do know. So when I got home, I heard my sister and my husband having intercourse, and it broke me at first when I heard it. I was like, no, I must be daydreaming. They could be watching a movie, stuff like that. But no, I was wrong. They were actually doing it. So I got inside the house, I heard it, and the door was open. So I peeped through and I saw them, and I immediately left the house. Yeah, I left the house because I did not want to invade them in my own bed, in my own house, with my own husband, with my own sister. So yeah, I just left the house and I went to get some fresh air. I spoke to strangers, telling them what was happening, and a lot of them just advised me to just pack, don't say anything, and just leave because they know what they're doing is wrong, and they know that, right? So what did I do? I got back there and they saw that I was so terrible. Like, I couldn't hide my emotions. I was so sad. I was pissed off. I was so angry. I looked angry. I looked sad. Everything. I was just so melancholic. And they were like, oh, yeah, what's going on? Stuff like that. I was like, no, nothing. I didn't want to tell them. But I feel like they knew that I kind of knew. You know what I mean? And I started packing my clothes in front of them. I mean, my sister was in the TV, my husband was in the bedroom where they were sleeping together. So I knew that it was not the first time they've been doing this. And I've been working for probably like a month or two. I just can't remember properly. And I was just like, you know what, this has been happening for a while, and I'll be a fool to forgive the both of them and stay. But I'll be a wise person to forgive and leave. So I packed my bags. I was like, hey, I am going on a work trip and I will be back in a week. And they're like, oh, yeah, wow, that's nice. Finally, they chose you for the project, blah, blah, blah. Stupid things that they were saying. I was like, yeah, yeah, very nice things. And then I called my workplace, just basically telling them that I want a sick leave, right? So I got a week sick leave. It was paid for, and I left to another province. So when I was in a different province, they kept on calling me. My husband sent me messages saying that he contacted my workplace and they told him that I'm on a sick leave and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, stay wherever you are because you're cheating, stuff like that. And I was just like, you know what? Okay, okay. He just did what he did. He's been doing what he did. And now it's been blamed on me. So it's just like, why would my sister, my twin sister, do that to me? And why would my husband say that? But I understood that he would say that because it's something that he's doing. And now he wants to make it feel like or seem like or look like I'm the one that's doing it. So I was pretty mad and I never went back, honestly. I never went back. I got back to my province, my home province, probably a day or two before my sick leave ends, right? So I got a new place so far from work. I literally had to travel probably like an hour. So it was so bad. It's just that I don't want to go into much details because I just want to get straight to the point. Like, I'm so heartbroken at such malicious acts that my husband and my sister would do. But that's not where it ends. So my sister kept on calling and texting, and I basically changed my number because I was like, I'm not gonna do this with her. I love her as my sister. I love my husband. You know, I love the both of them, but I cannot stand to see them and feel the way they made me to feel. And I was not in any position to have a conversation with them about moving forward or fixing anything because clearly my husband does not love me, you know, and I don't want to be lied to saying that he loves me, blah, 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 whatever. So stupid. Or he does love me. I don't know. Maybe he does love me, but it's not enough. He loves my sister too because probably we look the same. I don't know. So about a month or two, almost 2 months after I left the house, basically after I never spoke to them, I saw videos of them getting married. My husband married my sister, my twin sister. Or should I say, my twin sister married my husband? Well, they married each other. And it broke me. I got sick. I couldn't work. Where it came to a point where my my workplace gave me like a remote job to work from home because now everybody knew what is happening. And it was not on purpose for me to bring emotions to work, but I couldn't even smile, couldn't be happy. And it broke me. Everyone knew it, and everyone was trying to cheer me up. I believe that she told her, and she also told my husband. I don't know. I just don't know. So, my twin sister actually reached out to me through my workplace, through my manager, and basically she just brought a closed envelope and some flowers. And it was the most stupid thing that she could have done. She wrote in that envelope that she was so sorry that they didn't tell me in time. She was apologetic that they couldn't tell me and reach out to me in time that they were having intercourse and that they were going to get married. And there was nothing that I could do to stop it because they loved each other. The very same way that my husband loved me is the same way that my husband loves her too. In fact, she is so stupid because if she can do this to her own sister, what about someone else doing the very same things to her? Like, she's so stupid now that I'm thinking of it. Like, she is the most idiotic person that I've ever met. Both of them. Like, I don't even want to leave my husband. My husband is, I don't know. So yeah, it really broke me. I feel down. I feel sad. I don't know what to do about it. I'm not going to do anything about it. I did file some papers, but my husband won't sign. He's not agreeing. Um, I believe he said something along the lines that he feels so lucky to marry twins. He feels like the luckiest man on earth to be married to twins. And that's disgusting. You know, so I just want to tell you, like, be careful. If you have a young sister or twin sister or your cousin, whatever, and you are living with your partner, whether you are male or female, As long as you're living with your partner, I don't think it's wise to bring in any gender to the house. Like, I don't think it's safe. Like, you don't do such a thing. I would not advise you to bring people to your house to live with you guys, especially when you know that you are going to work. It's not even about trust issues, it's about avoiding certain things. And I know you're going to say that, okay, but if my husband loves me, he's going to prevent it, he's not going to do anything. I get that. I also believe that they shouldn't be doing such things. But at this point, it's better not to even bring temptation to the house or any sort of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, but like, just don't bring people to the house. Like, your matrimonial house, I don't know. Like, if you need to help somebody and if you can't, get them another place. I don't know. I am so shattered. So yeah, be careful, guys. There's nothing much I can say at this point. The only way left is to heal, forgive. Well, I've already forgiven. So I'm just left with total healing and restoration. I just pray that I find the husband that will love me and not choose someone else over me. Even my twin sister. Yeah. Yeah, right now I'm just living life, traveling, just doing what I've been doing to get my dad off my mind, my mom off my mind when they passed on. So yeah, that's it. Be careful of family and friends, of everyone. Trust no one literally but God. Hey guys, that was not my story, but if you would like me to tell your story, please don't forget to check my email address in the description box and send your story through. I will try my best to tell your story. This was the most horrible story times that I had to tell. The letter was not too direct and it did not have too many information for me to tell to you guys. All that I said was all that was told to me, and I don't like exaggerating or adding things that were not told, you know. So if you'd like to send me a letter, please do send it to my email or to my WhatsApp number. It is in the description box. I post videos every single day, so if you would like to catch up on my story times, my Q&As, my advice videos, or my tips, please do check out my videos every single day at 6 p.m. South African time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.